Wait, I think I did it wrong.
There we go.
No, I turned off mine.
Bruh.
And we're live.
Hey, welcome.
I'm so happy to be back.
To a podcast about nothing with V.
And AD.
Hey, we're going to talk about something real serious.
I was trying to do sign language.
How you going to try to do sign language?
Because with this hand, it feels weird. Because I'm like, this looks like B, but I was trying to do AD. But D.
Oh. Look,
so don't judge me.
I got a notebook.
For what?
Let's hope I get my notes right today.
You were supposed to take them before the episode.
Oh, man. Come on.
Oh, man.
Don't judge me.
Excuse me. So today's topic is very serious. How you making up stools as tables?
Because I need somewhere to put my drink. GoPro done took up the whole little table here.
Right, this whole concoction we got going on.
It's cute though.
It is. I wish I could see the setup. But you can't.
It's cute.
No, seriously, this is a serious thing, and I feel like everybody saw this clip. I didn't. You? Are you kidding me? So we discussed this, and she didn't even see it.
I mean, because I feel this is a real thing. I feel everybody goes. Yeah, I feel like everybody goes through this.
See the clip.
What I need to see the clip for? I mean, you sent me the clip after explaining, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm with homeboy."
Not homeboy. See what I'm saying? But anyway, if nobody knows what I'm speaking about, it's the Dead Ass Podcast. Shout out to them because I've actually been watching them on Instagram now. If anybody knows me, knows that I don't really listen to anybody's podcast.
Not even her own.
Not even my own. So
yes, she does. She listens.
No, I watch the episodes because I'm kind of cute on screen. I like it, but it's weird. I don't know if it's like a self-critical thing or whatever.
Hearing my voice, seeing my face, seeing the flaws and everything you see wrong with the episode. I went through that. I don't want to go back and relive a moment that I've already lived. So that's my philosophy on it. But because I've been following this couple on Instagram for so long, like I follow both of them, realizing that, okay, I admire the way they live their lives, the new narrative for parenting and marriage that they're pushing for people who look like me. And I say people who look like me versus someone who wasn't thinking about marriage, who thinks that or thought that marriage was like completely left field. It was all made up. It was like a bunch of games and stuff. I admire the way they live their lives. So there's this snippet that came out, right? And the snippet was of Devale asking the question. He proposed the question, why is it that women push monogamy on men if they feel as though it's going to be a responsibility for them? I don't know, because you looked crazy. Did you get it? Yes, but I think monogamy, is it just dealing with sex?
I think in the tense that he was describing, yes, I do think he was pertaining to sex because it was like if it's going to be such a task, like if sex seems like a task and seems like something that, oh, I have to do this, and why is it that women push monogamy on men? And I think that's hilarious.
Why is it so funny to you?
Because maybe because it's like, wow, men really are full of themselves. I think that's the first thing that pops in my head, because it's like, y'all really think y'all putting down that much to make somebody sit up here and think that we're not supposed to be, like, the first thought I had in my mind
was the answer to the question. If you want to ask me specifically.
Okay, if he was asking you the question, how would you answer?
It's not that women don't enjoy sex or feel like it's a responsibility. We want to enjoy it, or if not enjoy it just as much as you, we just want it to be right every time. Men don't understand that. Blood rushes for them, it doesn't rush for us. They have to do more to please a woman. Technically, we can please ourselves. Everybody can please themselves.
Yeah.
If you really think about it. If you want to get off, you can please themselves. And when it comes to the opposite sex, we don't have to do much to please a man. They don't recognize how much they have to do to please a woman. So when I hear questions like...
so they lazy as
So
fuck.
they're lazy as fuck. And then it's a question without understanding your position as a man when it comes to dealing with a woman. And me and you literally just had this discussion not too long ago because I feel like as a young woman, one of the things that I have to deal with, and not just from the person that I'm dealing with, boyfriend, whatever. I've heard it several times pretty much from every man I've been sexually active with before, is a threesome. You get what I'm saying? And I'm tired of having to chomp people off for this, because if y'all want to visit XO Nicole's page, she used to formerly known as Nicole Bitchy. I used to follow her blog, but she now has like a woman, you know, they discuss things. One of the things that she mentioned was that men don't know how to please women all the way, and the first thing they think, the most extravagant, and the first thing they think to do is bring somebody else into the bedroom. And I've literally been preaching this for the longest time, because it's like, are y'all slow? Are y'all stupid? Are y'all retarded? What's wrong? Because this is the truth. This is the truth. So when I hear a question like, why are y'all pushing this on us? Y'all don't even know what y'all doing. Okay? Y'all don't even know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing for you to be sitting up here asking somebody, why are you pushing this on me? Tell somebody, and I'll give it to you. Explain the situation. Understand it from both parties before you try to go explain it to somebody and feeling as though why you're not being pleased in a bedroom. You know, before men go off, she don't want to do it all the time. Ask her first if she likes having sex with you.
Oh.
I mean, hey, it's a question.
It is.
It's a question. Hey, you got to ask her first. Hey, you never want to have sex. It's not that I don't want to.
It's just that you're not good at it.
It's with you.
Oh.
It's with you. I'm just saying. You got to say. So. I mean, in their instance, they're married. Of course, they've been dealing with each other sexually for years, but I just think it's a very, very funny conversation.
It is, but I think it's one that needs to be had.
Yes.
Because, for a couple of reasons. It's very important to learn your partner, man and woman. Like, you need to learn your partner. And in this instance, it's important for men to learn what pleases their women.
Yes.
That is hands down. And know that our minds never stop racing, thinking about the clothes that need to be folded, or I didn't finish my work today, or, you know, I've been dealing with the kids and your mama and my mama and all this stuff all day, and now I'm tired, you know. So it's not that we don't want to enjoy sex. It is damn near impossible when you have so many other things that you have to deal with. When men get horny and they get hard, it literally is you're thinking with your penis.
Yeah.
Everything else, the blood that rushes to your brain is cut off. You can only think about that one thing. So to know the science behind a woman's body and everything that she has to go through is really important. I think, too, women have to be willing to teach the man what they enjoy. Because, okay.
This is another thing. So, what they, I gave them the benefit of the doubt, and I actually listened to the whole podcast, because what I've been fooled by plenty of times before is listening to a snippet of something, because I fool myself. Like, half of the times when we put out our snippets, I'm like, hold on, what did I say? Let me go back and watch what I was talking about. Let me go back and watch what I was talking about. But the conversation was so good, I ended up listening to the whole podcast. And what I can honestly say, one of the things that Kjadeen, which is the wife, she stated that they got married when she was 26, if I'm not mistaken. And one of the things that she reiterated or pretty much made very clear was, if I knew what a marriage entailed, I probably wouldn't have gotten married so quick. If I knew what keeping somebody sexually satisfied was one of the things, and I'm sure she didn't say it like that, but I probably would have considered being monogamous or being married so quickly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say she was with the same partner since she was a teenager.
But I honestly think that you make your own rules. Nobody's saying that because you're married, like, you now have to fit into this mold of what society says it is.
No. She's saying in the sense of satisfying and understand. Everybody has their own values, and what they made clear was that they were going by timelines and what they thought and what they knew. She said they were doing it. It wasn't that they waited until marriage. They were on their way to having a kid. She said, I want to have kids, but I don't want to have kids without being married. She basically set her standard, and he met up to him. Like, it wasn't like an ultimatum or anything. He met up to him. While they were doing things, she stated what she wanted, and he pretty much gave her what she wanted. But when it came down to it, and this takes me back to my point of women have to state what they want, she was dealing with the same person sexually for years and years and years and years and years. She stated what she want as far as her lifestyle to be. I don't think a lot of women figure it out without experiencing a bunch of different partners. You know what you want from a person, but it's hard for you to state what you want from a particular person out of an experience that literally only takes them a couple seconds to enjoy. You get what I'm saying? So it's hard for a woman to say, I need this and I need that. Like, when you get married, like she said, she didn't understand that her sexual drive would go down after she had kids, or when she's tired, or when she's not feeling herself, or when she doesn't know what she wants to do with herself, or all these things that go into how you feel sexually. You can't state that in the beginning, like, I need to be pleased like this, I need to be pleased like that.
You can't, but I think it's important to communicate those things, not just say, I'm not going to deal with it. And again, sometimes you don't know what the issue is until you're out of it. Like, you're going, so say, you have kids and you go through postpartum depression. Most women don't even know that they're going through postpartum depression until they're on the other side of it. It was like, shit, like, for those 6, 7, 9 months, I was really fucked up in the head.
I think for the most part, it was from that conversation in particular, because I do think women should learn what it is that they want before they get married. But
realizing that it is going to change.
Yeah, it's almost inevitable that
like
going to change.
It's gonna change. You are gonna change. You are gonna grow. You're gonna go through some shit you ain't never gone through before, because now you're married. You have a whole nother responsibility.
I think that's an understanding for women, but it's something for men to understand and take heed to. And it's more so than women.
They can only I think it's
women do the pleasing.
I think it's for both, because we don't know what the hell we're going to go through. Like, this is the first time that we've actually been through this, being, for some of us, being married, for the first time, and then you have kids for the first time. And it's like, this shit is completely different than what I thought it was going to be. And so that's where the communication part comes in. And even if it's, I'm really fucked up right now, I don't know what it is, but I just need some time. Like, that's literally all you have to communicate. But if you're willing to communicate that and say, like, it's nothing you did, or it is something you did, but I don't really know what it is, like, then I think you can actually move past it.
Communicating and understanding are two different things, in my personal opinion.
It's not for them to understand, but it's for me to communicate it.
Yes, which is very true. But if you're communicating to work it out with a partner, there's a way, in my personal opinion, that there's a way to communicate something and try to get somebody to understand, and communicate it like this is what it is and it's not changing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear your feedback. I want to understand what's going on with me, so I need to hear what you're taking it as, what you perceive it as, and what you may think that it may be. If I'm looking for help when it comes to sexual desire, but there's another thing to come to somebody and just say, I don't feel like it, and I just don't be feeling it. Because I've spoken to women plenty of times before where they're like, their problem with men and women as they saw themselves in relationships was, I'm thinking about one of my friends in particular. She was just saying, like, there was a time where I didn't want to look at a penis. Like, there have been times where I've been sexually dry. Like, I don't want to, and I don't know what it is. I just don't want to. So there's a difference in trying to explain to somebody, I don't know what it is about my body. Let's try to work it out. And I ain't doing this because I'm not feeling it.
But there's always a reason why. Because you obviously, when you initially get with somebody, whether it's in a boyfriend-girlfriend type of relationship or a marriage thing, the honeymoon phase is the honeymoon phase. Y'all fucking like rabbits. You know what I mean? It is what it is. For you to just go sexually dry, there is a reason. And I just don't feel like it right now. There's a reason why you're not getting horny.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. When it comes to your personal reasons, when you're in a relationship with somebody else, is it your personal reason to figure out, or is it something that you can discuss together? Because like I was saying before, there's something, if I'm not feeling it, and like I said, there's two ways to present it. I don't know what's going on,
or I just don't want it.
And I just don't want it. I don't know what it is. I'm not working to figure it out right this second. I just don't want it. Like, the urge has been me not wanting the shit.
To me, it's the same thing. It's like, yo, I don't know what it is, but I just don't want it. Or just don't want it, and I don't feel like figuring it out. It's just, to me, it's the same thing.
Do you think your partner should stick with you through those things?
Absolutely. But
because it shouldn't just be based off
and
sex.
When I say, there you go. I don't think it's just about sex. Now, I think it is selfish for a female to cut themselves completely off for extended periods of time, and if this man is at his sexual peak and you say, fuck that, I don't want it, and you ain't gonna get none either.
And compare, because all I'm referring to is this podcast. Y'all go check it out. It's actually decent. What do you feel like is cutting yourself off for too long?
What do you say that again? What's the time frame?
Yeah, like, what if I'm waking up tomorrow and I'm like, yo, it ain't been going down. This ain't it. This is not for me. Like, I don't know. Not this ain't for me. But like right now, I don't know what it is. This ain't it. How long do you think is too long?
A month. I think if you're
I think that's too long.
I think if you're in a monogamous relationship, or you're expecting it to be that way, and you saying like, look, I'm just not feeling it, I don't know what it is, it just ain't gonna happen, then there's another conversation that needs to be had. Like,
most definitely.
A week, 2 weeks maybe, cool. And I'm not saying that sex makes or breaks a relationship, but it's a connection that you guys have as male and female. You know what I mean? Like,
and 9 times out of 10, it's a connection that you started before you got into the position that you were in now.
Exactly.
That's why I'm trying to figure out, like, if it didn't take you a month to have sex with somebody, why is it about to take you a month to try to figure out what's going on with you?
Because you go through certain shit. Like, I can honestly say, a month or so ago, like, I was going through some shit. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know. At first it was like, oh, I'm just PMSing. Aunt Flo came, she left, and I still felt the same way. Like, I didn't want to be touched. I didn't want to be bothered with anything or anybody. Well, at that time, it's up to me to have a conversation with my husband.
Most definitely. But do you think it took you a month to figure out or to decide what it was? Or are you saying longer than a month? Because to me, I can understand that I don't want to be bothered, but know that I don't feel this all the time. It may take me a month longer to get out of the situation, but to know what it is, it needs to happen before a month.
Yeah, if you're going past a month and you're going into like your second, third, fourth, now you're in half of a year,
and
6 months.
Somebody to stay faithful to you.
That I think that's irresponsible, and I think that's very selfish.
I can agree with that.
In my opinion.
Look at us agree.
We agree. Yeah, I would never expect that.
Now, I will say, I don't recognize how much time goes by, so a month might creep on me a little quicker than I thought. Like, oh, I'm still not feeling good. And now, I will say that, but in order for me to know what it is, I've paid attention to myself more and stuff like that. So
yeah, and I think as far as like the pleasing part, I think it's extremely important for couples to experiment, even if it's a little bit uncomfortable. Experiment with each other.
Most experiments will be uncomfortable. Don't say a little bit.
I mean,
it's just the first part of the uncomfort that you have to push past. I think the uncomfortable part is the sense of not knowing what's like.
That initial.
It's like, why does this feel good? You're like, oh, okay. Yeah, so.
Don't stop.
But seriously, I think that's what it is. That's from experiments, and that's what I get.
And I think we have to get, I mean, I guess the whole flashbacks. Sorry. I think the whole monogamy thing is like, I just think it's so overplayed. I hate that word.
I think, you know what I think the problems, like the flaws in monogamy, one I can say is not discussing your definition. Everybody got their own definitions for stuff. Forget Webster, okay? Everybody has their
What's
own.
Webster's definition?
We don't know, because I ain't looking it up. That don't mean nothing to Adrian. You know, I'm just saying. But honestly, if you really want to talk about it, like, everybody has their own. People tell you from the beginning of you being in a relationship with someone, define your own. Get your own definition. Like, all right, I'm going to come up with my own book, you know. Get your own definition of this. Define what timeline it works for you. Set your own standard for this. And it makes sense. Don't get me wrong, because everybody wants their own. You should be on the same page with the person. If y'all not, try to get back on the same page or understand why y'all are on different pages. It makes sense. But there should be some type of responsibility in those things.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? When it comes to marriage, and there should be some type of responsibility. If you believe in certain things, and I would think that it came along with religion or your higher power, whoever you decided to believe in, it comes with some form of how you should interact with the significant other, whether it be marriage and, you know, whatever type of relationship that you should have. But it's usually in a form of marriage and monogamy.
Sorry, I'm looking up some facts. We do talk about facts.
Let's read the facts.
So as far as monogamy, the practice or state of being married to one person at a time all day.
So married to one person at a time.
Yeah, but then it has a second. The practice or state of having a sexual relationship with only one partner.
Yeah, so it makes sense. What I consider monogamy makes sense.
Well, I think that's dumb.
Only having sexual relations with one person. So do you believe in polygamy or polyamorous relationships?
What's that?
Being married to multiple people, or being married to, or being in a relationship with more than one person.
Ain't nobody talking about relationships.
What's the difference?
I'm talking about sex.
You're saying that you believe you can hit it and quit it, and keep it moving and be no attachments, just sexual satisfaction.
That's what it needs to be.
With men and women in marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So what instances would warrant you to have to step outside to receive sexual satisfaction from someone else?
Stop getting all over my business.
I'm just asking. Hey, I'm just asking because this is one of the things that I have when it comes to sex with one person, right? The people who don't take the time to learn their partners, the people who don't take the time to really understand their partner's needs and wants and how you can satisfy the one person sexually. Too often is it that people can go outside and just fall into these situations of, oh, just a quickie and everything be cool, fine, and dandy. And so I feel as though, like, I'm the type of person, make sure everything at home is 1,000% good.
Oh, absolutely.
In your eyes before you start to go out and try to do something with somebody else. That's the first.
But do you have a problem with someone going and trying something else?
What do you mean? Like,
same question you asked me. Like, all right, we're all good at home, like, but
okay, so this is my
I just want a teeter-totter.
I'm one of those
diddle butts,
situational kind of people. Like, when I hear certain things, certain scenarios, certain things, like, hey, a stereotype pops up in my mind, Vegas, right?
Like, just, yeah.
If you go to Vegas, live your life. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Don't come back with no boring ass stories.
Oh.
That's just how I feel.
Don't waste my time.
That's how I feel, though. Like, don't waste my time. Don't waste your time. Go to Vegas.
But don't.
And live it the fuck up.
I agree.
That's how I feel.
But don't go get homegirl from around the corner.
Don't go to the store. Yeah. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
because
I understand that.
It's one of those things. A situation, I understand men being able to be spontaneous and things, because women can have that urge too. You know what I'm saying? But
can I?
Really?
No.
My thing is just, it's always situational. I will feel much more content with a situational thing than having to realize that you're running up and down the street to the store because Lil Keisha going to the store.
Not Lil Keisha. Oh Lord, not Lil Keisha. Oh.
I'm just saying. Like,
but yeah.
I would much rather it be like you're not focused on it, and I think that's what I'm
like. You and your boys go on a boys trip, and y'all
have a boys trip type of weekend.
Yeah, y'all go do y'all thing.
You come back. Did you have fun? Sure did. That's all I want to hear.
That's it.
That's it.
Was her ass fat?
That's it. That's
it.
All I want to ask. That's all I want to know. I'm that type of person.
Yeah.
If you at home and you around the corner, I gotta catch you doing this. Bye.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that means you're spending too much time. So when it comes to, I hate the word cheating, because you can really think about it, but I mean, you really shouldn't think about it like that. But when it comes to that type of situation, cheating, if you want to think about it as somebody stepping out, having sex with somebody else, whatever y'all agree to, cheating is emotional
attachment. That's how I feel what cheating is.
No, it is in that sense. I think not my problem comes from most men understand that they have to court females in order to have sex with them. You can't you can't just,
I mean, there are some,
and you better be good at finding a few, okay? I'm just saying, okay? There are some who would just be so willing that it's like, it's 80 degrees and feeling frisky. Find those.
Yeah.
Don't find the ones who need you to text them good morning, text them in the afternoon.
That's what I'm saying.
Call them in
the attachment.
But it's not attachment from the man. It's them knowing that they have to do that. And this is something that
so they do it just to get the ass.
Exactly. I don't like that. I don't like that because it shows that the time you're willing to put in to get somebody else. Get somebody who's free. Get somebody who doesn't require much. Get somebody who's hey,
I don't know. All right. So I'll say this.
I don't want somebody who is claiming me in a relationship to be working on someone else. I'd rather you have worked on them, and what I'm finding out about it is past news. Not, oh, we're linking up for brunch and we may end up doing it tomorrow. No.
My thing, we'll see. Okay.
And I don't agree with none of it. I'm just saying if I had to choose.
If me too. If I had to choose, I would rather the second part. I would
the courting.
Yeah, because my thing is that chick that just is willing to give it up just because you done threw a couple of dollars, you know, I don't know, she done seen your bankroll, means that she's willing to do that for anyone and that she has done it for anyone.
That's fine with me.
No.
Not fine, but I prefer that.
Let me tell and I'm
going to show you why I don't agree with the second part, but go ahead.
And I'll tell you why. That bitch got something.
She might be burning a little bit.
Nigga, what? Hold on.
But that lets me know that if a man is dealing with somebody who he knows is like that, he's going to buckle down and have protection. Somebody who he has to work. Think about how somebody had to work on you to get you. Okay? Okay. Don't think about nobody else. think about somebody having to work on you. Look, take a drink. Take a sip. Think about having somebody to have to work on you. By the time you're open, you're open. You get what I'm saying? By the time it's time for y'all to lay down, you're open.
It's too many emotions.
There's too many emotions. So when it comes from the other side of a man who put in all this work and doesn't even realize what he did to the woman, because that's what a lot of men do. They don't realize what they're doing when they open a can of, how you doing? How was your day?
So it's more fucked up for her emotions.
Exactly.
Like you're protecting her. I mean,
I know he don't want you.
I'm not
justifying anything. I don't agree. I don't tolerate. Let me let y'all know that now. I don't tolerate. I don't deal. I'm not doing none of that. I'm just saying if I had to choose a situation.
But I think you can have like.
I wouldn't want anybody that I'm with to treat anybody like trash. But why I wouldn't agree with that type of situation is because of women. 9 times out of 10, women do digging, searching, finding, figuring out, and all this other stuff.
I ain't got time.
But think about it. If a man puts time into a woman's going to start wanting to hear from them a certain time of day. Want to hear you talk to them a certain type of hour. If they have to court you for a certain amount of time and have to start putting 2 and 2 together, they're going to figure something out. That means you're figuring they may have a girl around.
But what if they're honest with you? So, okay. So that was my question. So what if the situation is...
if they're honest, they don't have to work on you too hard.
Like, all right, so I have a girlfriend or I have a wife and, you know, she's cool with it.
9 times out of 10, they don't have to work on you too hard.
Because I think that would be the
Molly, hello,
A1 situation.
Well, even though she wasn't okay with it, she got uncomfortable. Molly from Insecure.
No. I haven't gotten past episode 6.
I'm gonna need her to grow up because she hasn't. She's just now hopping on the Insecure chain, and we're on season 5, 6. Get it together. I'm gonna tell her like it is. Just like Molly's situation with the dude she was dealing with. Okay, they were friends from childhood, and he got married. This is somebody she liked, but you know she had to deal with the fact that he went home to his wife. Did he like her? He liked her. Spend the night with her, make breakfast, took the key, but you don't belong to me. At the end of the day.
Yeah, well, she has a shitload of issues stemming from...
Now Molly got problems.
I mean, she definitely has problems stemming from the first season, okay?
I mean, yeah, she does, but I'm saying, like...
That's the episode for another day.
If you really think about it, like, Molly was in a position to never be able to say anything. That was the honesty. I'm with my wife. I love my wife, but I like you. She knows I like you, and she knows where I am.
There you go.
Molly's always in the law. She's always like, if there's an honest situation, somebody's not going to like it. This is what I'm trying to say about cheating and monogamy.
Nah, like, okay, what about the
situation? Very few.
Where's the situation where it's like, oh, my wife doesn't mind. You want to come over for dinner?
Just because you want to be in that situation, doesn't mean
I'm not saying
that's all of us.
That's not my personal situation. I'm just
not my preference.
That's not my personal situation, but I'm saying that could happen.
But, I mean, crazy.
I probably should stop drinking.
I'm not saying that. I don't know. I just feel like
damn, my ankle's ashy as shit.
Your legs short as a.
Dang, that's messed up.
Like she got her feet on the table and her foot is barely resting.
Dang, no, I'm comfortable, but look at that ankle.
No,
damn,
I'm skinny. But no, like I honestly feel like if you're completely happy and satisfied in a relationship, in a sexual situation that you have with somebody else, there will be no need for you to go anywhere else. So while people are always trying to throw in these technicalities and what ifs and da-da-da-da-da, I don't think there's a need. Once you start to think about other people, you need to start thinking about your own dissatisfactions. You get what I'm saying?
But what if you just like other people?
Dissatisfaction. You
I
don't
don't
like
think
one
that's
person.
it.
You
I don't think that's it.
Dissatisfaction of being with one person. That's it. That's all it is. It's not a horrible thing. It's not a horrible thing at all. And you also I'll give this to the people who act on it, not the people who think about it and wish it to be a certain way. Like, I don't really think that this is for me, and I would if I could. I'm talking about the people who like, some got to give. Like, yeah, I'm having sex with my wife every night, but I have to get with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Those type of people. You know, I feel like you wouldn't necessarily be understanding communication. You wouldn't necessarily be needing anything else if it was everything in-house, in my personal opinion. Go ahead, spill it on us.
I disagree.
She said that's it. That's all. I just disagree.
Cause like, all right, what if a man or a woman, what if they were bisexual? It's not that you're not satisfied with the person that you're with. It's just that you like having both of those things there.
I don't think that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a sexual satisfaction. Bisexual, from the podcast we're talking about, neither of them are bisexual. You get what I'm saying?
They just don't know.
That's what they say, right? But neither of them are bisexual. From my understanding, differences come from levels of sex drive. His is up here. Hers is like, you keep making me have kids, want me to be this way, want me to be this way, want me to be this way. My it's going down.
Yeah, and I think what's very important for men, particularly, to understand is that, like, you guys expect so much from women.
Yeah.
From having kids, to taking care of the household, to taking care of you emotionally,
to presenting themselves,
emotionally and physically, and then taking care of themselves. Like you said, you want us to present ourselves in a certain way and have the house clean and all these things, but then still want to jump on it and ride it. Like, it's a lot. Yeah. And I think sometimes you have to understand, you have to lift the load. Like,
yeah, that's one thing where I think men met. I'm gonna piggyback off that. We are queens. We are Mother Earth. Yes, we can do all things. Believe me, I understand that. But we are also women, and we are emotional. And sometimes you have to take care of the emotion because we are so used to being the nurturer and the taking care of person. We take care of everything. Yeah.
While you go out and you make the money And I'm just speaking for stay-at-home moms or for men who are the breadwinners. It's like you go out, you take care of business, and we applaud you for that. Like, really, really applaud you for that. But then on the other end, like, that's not your house. That's my house. Like, these are your kids on the weekends when you play video games. You know what I mean? Like, all those things. And you guys have to remember that we also, while we are out there taking care of you and the world, we also need to be taken care of. So
and they
just
forget that, because another point that he made in that podcast was that, which he did a really good job at doing, which I can tell was learning his wife.
Important.
And what she needed, and not just learning, understanding certain things about her, because he made it a point to state that they met when they were teenagers and they were pretty much having sex all the time. Once they moved in together, he quickly understood that women's bodies literally cannot handle doing this all the time, as often as I want to. And all the time to them was relative at the time. They were in college. It was when we could. But then you actually move into the same household. She's getting UTIs, yeast infections, all kind of stuff. And he actually took the time to get to know and understand that she changed. She was going to change. You know, maybe still in his frustrations, because I could tell. You know, like, still in his frustrations throughout the episode. But I give him the benefit of the doubt of trying to understand and trying to, you know.
Yeah, this goes so much deeper. We actually are going to do an episode on healthy women parts, because I think, you know, we're not really, depending on who your parent is, but I'm just a little bit older. And
just a little bit.
It was taboo for your parents to teach you about your vagina and things that you should do with it. And what?
I'm about to say, it's still taboo.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, like what type of wash you should use and how you should clean it. And okay, so you're sexually active now. What should you do after you have sex? What should you make your partner do? All those things we are not taught. And I think it's really important that we hone in on that, because I can have sex as much as I want to. It doesn't mean that it's always going to turn into a UTI or a yeast infection. Yeah. What it means is you need to go wash your dirty dick. And that's just what it is. I am getting a UTI or a yeast infection because I haven't been taught to pee after I have sex, or I'm not taught to, I need to go wash with maybe some type of feminine wash, or use some type of wipe afterwards. Even water. Or just water. Yeah, literally just water. Something. Or I'm not taught to make him wash before we have sex. I don't care if you took a shower that morning. This morning. Yeah, like there's so much bacteria that you collect throughout the day that when we have sex, it is going to be left inside of me. And again, conversation for another day, but I am married. Happily married.
Thank God.
And, you know, it's, yeah. Learn what you're allergic to. Like, you may be allergic to latex, to condoms.
You'll find that out quickly.
Yeah, you definitely will. Or, you know, maybe the birth control isn't sitting right. Maybe your feminine wash isn't sitting right with you. But it is a learning process.
I will say also, by the time women become sexually active and not just having sex once or twice, like really letting one of these little boys convince you that we should be doing this all the time, you should know more things about yourself.
You have to learn a couple of things. You have to learn how to take care of yourself first and foremost. Very, very important. I think too, you have to learn how to please yourself, which seems so taboo, but it's not. It's like,
or else you're gonna waste a lot of time.
A lot of time with a lot of different people. And
you sad?
you're searching for something that you could have figured out on your own by yourself.
No, that's the real.
In a dark room. Some batteries.
Stop, I'm moving the camera.
But in all seriousness, it's like, learn how to please yourself. Learn how to take care of yourself from a hygiene point of view. Like, I went through a lot of UTIs and same thing, yeast infections. And then when you sit down and you talk to someone who's actually knowledgeable and is willing to teach you and not be ashamed or afraid, it's like, yo, what? You don't pee after you have sex, regardless if it's with a condom or
just pay attention
not.
in health class. I learned that in health class.
I didn't learn that. They didn't teach us that. It was like, no, don't have sex or you'll get herpes.
Yeah, it's like pregnancy. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
You know what?
How to take care of yourself when you're on your cycle. And again, I think this is a whole nother topic.
That
but
is
it's
a conversation for another day.
It is so important. Like, these pads on, it's like, oh, good for 12 hours. Bitch, no. Not if you want to burn, itch, and have sores down there. Yeah. But no, seriously, like, it's very important for women. Men don't have these issues.
Yeah.
They don't. I have a husband and 2 sons. Okay?
They don't have to worry about anything until after they deal with females.
Their worry is like, I didn't shake it enough and pee's running down my leg. Okay, I'm wet, mommy. I'm wet. You know. But yes, they don't have to worry about these things, and I think women, girls, and women have to learn these things early. We get our periods anywhere between the ages of 9 and up.
Yeah.
So it's very important to learn. And again, no shade to my mom, because I don't think she was really ever taught this shit. You know what I mean? But
yeah, like I can't even blame, like I'm getting to a point where I can't really blame the generation before, because I saw a meme today, was growing up is realizing that your family all has mental problems. And I think that's true, you know? I'm just saying, not necessarily, but it's like they're all dealing with something they couldn't talk about, they couldn't deal with, they can't discuss with you, they couldn't say, they're not trying to say, or they're sharing too much of, or because of their past or whatever the case may be. But I don't know anybody who is like taught about sex.
I can honestly say,
like, not a one.
No, I can honestly say my sister-in-law Valerie.
Oh, she.
Yeah, she is. When I say she is on point, and she made sure that she schooled and educated all of us, her daughters, me, all that stuff. It's like,
that's one in a whole family.
Yeah, but she didn't like shy away from it. Now, out of a whole family of women, she was the one who was like, oh yeah, no, do this. Oh, we need to talk about this. And And she didn't shy away from it, which, Valerie, thank you. Appreciate you.
I remember your wedding day of her speaking to us about it.
Yeah, and she's
like,
so,
wow.
Yeah, she's so upfront. She's so open and honest.
But
and
not, and it doesn't make you uncomfortable.
No.
I will say, it's almost like, this is normal.
Right. Like, and yeah. She's so fun and open and honest, and she does it in like an educational way, but like, oh, you a freak, you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at her like, oh, okay, like, okay, you a freak.
My brother,
right?
Okay, yeah.
But it makes you comfortable in learning about those things, as to where, like, you know, my mom kind of like shied away from it. Even myself, like, I joke with Jada now, but now I'm becoming more open and honest. Like, all right. Like, you getting up there in age, and it's eventually
like emotionals. You should discuss. Like, kids are going to discuss with their friends. I think that's one thing for parents to get over. Like, there are certain things, if you don't want to tell them, Their friends are gonna tell them,
and I'd be damned.
Or they're gonna have to learn on their own. And I think that should be your starting point for what you want to let them talk to their friends about what they feel about a certain person. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I like you.
But I don't need you learning anything from your friends because they don't know shit.
Yeah, like y'all looking just as stupid as the next one.
Yeah,
like,
I don't need you to tell. I don't need you to try to teach your friends, and I don't need your friends to try to teach you. Like, I don't want y'all experimenting. I don't want any of that. Come to me. Like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Okay.
I'm glad you think it's gonna happen like that, and I really do hope it happens. Like that for you.
She's a different type of child. So
the fact that the environment is open for it to be like that is a great thing.
I also feel that if it is not me, it'll be one of you guys. It'll be you, it'll be Mo, it'll be something like that. It's happened?
No, I'm just saying that's gonna be funny.
I'm just saying, like, I don't even expect you guys to come back and tell me because I've
had a teenager come to me about sex before. And one thing I can honestly say, you're doomed, bruh. They've already done it. They just asking for if they did it right.
I just, I hope.
It's funny. Sorry.
And I hope that she goes to one of you guys, or her dad's girlfriend, Kia. Like, I pray that she goes to someone
experienced.
Yeah, and that will treat her kind, not as if she is doing something wrong. You know what I mean? Like, don't say, oh, you're not supposed to do that. Like, that's not what I want for her. I want them to lead her down the right path. And everybody,
I think kids, not even to call her a kid, I think people are smart enough to know who they can go to for certain reactions when it comes to certain things.
Yeah, but that is such a big, that's such a big thing.
I'm just saying, the fact that you even think that, that you're opening it, for it to be a conversation. I'm older than Jaden, but if it's anything worse than what we went through, she's probably not going to go to nobody. So you better just keep speaking out loud and put all the information out here.
Why wouldn't she go to somebody? I went to my mom.
Yeah, and you're older than her.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying it's a different. Not saying it's a different time because you're not that much older than everybody.
Right.
But it's a different time. I like the discussion of it.
The discussion is all the same. The time doesn't make it different. It's just the moment.
Yeah, but the discussion beforehand.
Oh, before you actually do it.
Beforehand, I haven't heard that happen in a very long time. That's what I'm saying. But I don't hear a lot of women going to somebody being curious about it before it happens anymore. That's what I'm saying.
I just want her to know that it's okay for her to do that.
I'm sure she knows.
Yeah, because I say it all the time.
Do it all.
Because it's just I think
it's not abnormal.
Right. And I think that parents are so fucking naive.
Yeah.
To think that, okay, they're going to wait till they're married. They're not going to touch anyone. No. Your kids are crackheads and they're having sex.
And the more you say no, the more they want to do it.
Exactly. I don't want that for my child. What I want is that, when you do, or when you're, I pray you, I'm thinking about this, or, hey, I did this. It's you come so that you can get schooled on what it's supposed to be, or how to protect yourself, or
what's not abnormal to feel and stuff.
Right.
Because that's really what I feel like I needed clarity on losing my virginity.
When you say, hey,
this feels crazy.
Yeah, okay, this is cool, but hey, I'm not good. Hey, can you stop? Can you stop? That's also okay.
Yeah.
All those little things.
Another thing too to preach to girls is that not to find somebody that is like you, but stop thinking these people a couple years older than you are experienced, because they're not. Been there, done that. It's a horrible experience.
They know nothing.
I'm just saying, like, it just because you 16 and they're 19 and they, oh, he's older. He's just as weak as your 14-year-old friend. Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But anyway.
Definitely find, yes, someone, yeah.
To talk to.
Someone to talk to, someone that's close to you. It's nothing to be afraid of. It actually really is a beautiful thing if you allow it to be.
And also, you should be comfortable. I think that's the main feeling that people should push for when it's time.
If at any point you are uncomfortable, that is okay to say, yeah, nah, not right now. I ain't feeling it.
Yeah.
What?
I was about to say, because I'm the queen of getting on. So, hey.
Getting on what?
No, I'm saying, like, if I don't feel something, leaving.
Oh, yeah. But you know that before you actually... Don't ever second guess your feelings.
Oh, yeah. Everything you feel is correct.
Why?
I think they're trying to sabotage us, but it's cool.
Ooh, okay. I know we talked about this before, but do you think someone's watching us?
Like who?
Our FBI agent?
Like who?
Like, I would like my FBI agent to look like Offset.
You don't think he would be on the phone? You think he's in the camera now?
I think they're everywhere.
Oh. Well, they said on that movie that they're watching us for real. I just feel like y'all haven't hired enough people. So, whoever be calling me, be calling off work.
What's my FBI agent name? Jimmy. No.
How many people you think they're assigned to?
No.
Because only one person can handle 5 kids at a time.
Okay, so my FBI agent is named
John Rico.
The Rock.
Bye. I know where his house is. I'm going to knock on the door.
Okay, she's a stalker.
I'm just saying, what were we discussing? Monogamy.
Don't feel like you have to be in a monogamous relationship.
See how she's preaching horrible things?
What? I'm just saying.
No, seriously. I think everybody should go listen to Dead Ass Podcast. I'm not even gonna lie. We don't usually do this and promote others. But to gain understanding, oh my God.
Sorry.
To gain understanding as to what we were speaking of, it's a great discussion. Shout
it really
out to
is.
them.
And I think you guys should have this discussion with your significant other.
People are acting like their significant others are robots. Y'all better talk about every damn thing, whether y'all think it's comfortable or not, whether they're your best friend or not. Because not everybody's ideal relationship is like this in the order that they want it to be, you know? Like besties, lovers, friends, married. It's not like that. Some of y'all ain't friends. Some of y'all not lovers. Some of y'all are just having sex and got kids. Like the dynamics are so different. But the discussions need to happen whether they're comfortable or not.
If you find yourself in a relationship
Especially
with someone,
if you feel like you're gonna get hurt behind it, but go ahead.
If you are in a relationship to where you go home to this person every day, you guys are raising a child together, you bang, 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 you know, all the time.
Bang, bang, bang.
Then it's a relationship, and this relationship deserves a discussion, especially if
it deserves understanding, clarity for yourself and the person in it.
Absolutely. And if you are female and you are feeling like you are not living up to your potential when it comes to sexual activities, then that's a discussion. On the other end, for the men, if you...
I don't like how you put that, though.
What?
Living up to your potential. You could be living up to your potential once a week. That could be potential.
I'm saying if you feel like... It's all in what you feel like you are not.
I'm saying it's okay that you are potentially at your peak once a week. And if you're with somebody who feels like it should be different, you're feeling okay. There's nothing wrong with you. That's what I'm saying.
What?
I'm saying, like you said, if you don't feel like you're up to your sexual peak or something like that.
If you personally, it ain't got nothing to do with anybody else. If you feel like you are basically ditching and dodging this man every time he wants to have sex, and you feel a certain type of way about it, then you need to have a conversation. That ain't got nothing to do with what he
like if you're not satisfied.
If you're not if you're not satisfied, or you understand that you guys haven't had sex in 3 weeks and he is like pressuring you, and you're now starting to feel a stress because you're like, you know what, like something's changed. You know what I mean? Like that's solely on you. Then you need to have a conversation. On the other end, if you feel like your man is pressuring you and you are giving all that you have, or if you're the man and you're feeling like you're not being pleased the way you want to be pleased as often as you want to be pleased, then that is a conversation for you to have with her.
That's the truth. I say, like I've been saying before, pick your stresses. You can be stressed having sex all the time with somebody you don't want to. You can be stressed not having sex with somebody you don't want to all the time. It doesn't matter. Pick your stresses. So have a difficult conversation and keep it moving. And whatever needs to be discussed.
And sex, making love, whatever you want to call it, should always be pleasurable. Yeah. Like, it should be, whether you are having an orgasm or not. Like, maybe your pleasure.
That's the luxury I don't feel like people understand that we have.
Yeah, like maybe the satisfaction is knowing that your partner feels good. You don't always have to get your rocks off. And on the other end, maybe your partner pleased you and now, both of you are good. I think I'm in a different type of relationship. But, I think that's very important as well. And if all else fails, you have your hands.
Hey, we can't help you.
You can help yourself, though.
The store is open.
You ever heard of the purple rabbit?
See what I'm saying?
Sorry. There's all different types of rabbits. Ones with ears, ones with tails.
See what I'm saying?
Ones with multiple I'm sorry.
I haven't been drinking. Y'all see that?
Me neither.
Just water and soda. That's funny.
I'm just saying.
No, great episode. No, great podcast. Like I told you, go listen to it. Form your own opinions. We have our own. We want you guys to think for yourselves. Use your own noggin.
And this conversation is definitely not over. I need a sexpert.
That's what we need to find.
I need a gynecologist.
Need a expert and a relationship expert as well.
A recespert.
Okay, because relationship sex, I'm sure, is different from other sex, and they got jobs for everything. You know what? I want one of them jobs for the people who are on HGTV, because when people say, I'm a professional fish taker, and I'm a whatever astronaut from 97, and our budget is $6.6 million. That's a real thing. Listen to the professionals next time you watch an HGTV. It's ridiculous, okay? It is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But like I was saying, we need a relationship expert and a sex expert. I feel like they will be able to give us more insight on the thought processes of it. In a man, do we have any men sex experts? Because I feel like most sex experts you hear about are women.
Yeah, true. And Tank.
Well.
Hey, Tank, do you mind being on our show?
But you can listen to Tank's music, and he'll openly discuss. I like Tank because he's so open about his life.
Would it be disrespectful to like...
It looks disrespectful in your face.
I just want y'all to know that all episodes are approved by my husband.
Ooh, who asked you?
Because I know somebody going to say something. I've been winking at Offset, 50 Cent, now Tank.
She said my husband approved. How your husband taller than all of them and you over here winking at people? I know he probably look at you like you crazy. Like, seriously.
He's not taller than 50 Cent.
Yes, I'm sorry. 50, I love
Stop.
you, but them ankles, I'm sorry.
Stop. Don't you dare.
I do.
I think we're this close to getting 50.
We should have him on the show. I want to talk to him.
I want to talk to him too.
He might be our sex expert.
Nigga, I don't.
He is the what is I was about to call him the
I think you would literally block that.
episode.
Yeah, he would not allow 50 to come up here.
Really?
No.
Why? Because he knows you'll be in the bathroom.
Duh.
Yeah.
That's my one.
If you saw his ankles too, I think he would laugh with me.
That's fine. Y'all can laugh.
Y'all can laugh. No, because he was my one too. But it's like stand up straight. Not stand up straight, but like that threw me off. I'm not doing
Because his ankles going like this.
Yeah, like when he would like that video just threw me off. Like, why did your feet go in? I still love him though. I do.
Well,
love
then,
the show. Had all the posters on my.
You know what? Fine. I'm gonna pick somebody else.
Don't pick nobody else I like because I don't have the time.
Who else do you like?
We'll see when you pick them. Who else? Who you about to pick?
I didn't have nobody else. I literally like your one is your one. Like
You got to pick a two. She got to pick a two.
why I gotta pick a two? Why don't you? You got others that you like. Pick somebody
Who
else.
else I like? Chris Brown don't count.
Why?
He never counted. I ain't never said I want to do nothing with him. There's a difference.
I will say this: Chris Brown can definitely dance,
He can. He loves to flip off something.
and he will lay it down.
And what? Okay.
And he'll do all that.
I'm sorry. The proof is in the pictures. And the only thing he can do is go to sleep on me. Hello. I'm just saying. Good night, Chris.
Why would you go to sleep?
I'll show you.
What's wrong with it? What are we talking about?
Good night, Chris. I'll show you later.
Why can't you show the people? Everybody want to know.
Y'all want to see?
What's the
They're
secret?
going to ban us from YouTube.
Why?
Chris is going to bed just like the rest of us.
Oh, because he...
Snorts. Shh. We can't say that.
I didn't say that.
Oh, that's not why, but no. I'm sure that's not helping either, though.
Oh, it's fine. Really? No, it's not.
Okay.
He is too tall.
That's what I said. Like, he's too tall, but maybe I have to refresh my memory because from what I saw, I was like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Ray J.
Good God Almighty. Amen. Let the church tell me.
I never saw it.
Nah, it's serious. Like, okay, Ray J. Too much.
Really?
Too much.
Is there...
Mm.
Does it...
Turn left here, okay?
All I'm saying is...
Make a left.
To the left, to the left.
No.
That's why his ass got... What's her name? What's her name?
Princess.
That's why she be acting a fucking fool.
A fool. No, but yeah. Yeah. Camera didn't do him bad.
Safari. I didn't see that either. I just don't go looking for it.
You don't have to. You just get on Twitter.
Oh.
Twitter, I don't know what's wrong with Twitter, but they let you see everything. I'm like, dang, is this other people know about this? Like, you'll scroll past, I'm like, am I seeing this for real? And then you get on Instagram, you ever want to see something, and they'll always say, go to Twitter. It's all over Twitter. I'm like, okay, Twitter.
Safari.
I'm sure his wife is happy.
Well,
let's marinate on that.
I'm happy.
That's good.
Not really happy about how ashy my ankle is.
Her needs ankles.
You know, okay, so on our complexions episode, we had a little clip about dark-skinned men. Mm-hmm. And you guys were just like, throwing them out there. And
about all the beautiful ones?
I said one.
Oh.
Kofi.
Yeah.
But it's like, Idris Elba. I just don't find him attractive.
And thank you for listening to a podcast about nothing with
Okay. Can I just please explain why?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard him talk?
Yeah.
He talks with so much breath.
Have you listened to a fat person talk?
He's not fat.
That's fine. That makes it even more better. Like, oh, wow.
Hey, Avon. It's like, what?
I haven't listened that hard for me to think that he breathes that much. He gives me, like, daddy vibes, though. Like, not zaddy with a Z. Like, dad vibes.
Ew.
Like, I don't know. But he gives me,
okay.
like, he's an attractive older black man.
Yes.
That's how I think about him. Like, ooh.
You know who is actually really attractive? Give Us Free.
Who? Say it again for the people in the back.
The dude from Amistad.
From where?
Amistad.
Amistad what?
The movie.
Never heard of it.
Nigga. The one that Kamora Lee Simmons was with.
Russell?
Seriously?
Oh. Something. Dijon.
I don't know what his name.
I get him and Seal mixed up, but I know who you're talking about. They have a kid together.
Yes.
He is attractive.
He's very and
his skin deserves to be melted and mixed up. Like, amazing.
Yeah. But, yeah, I just wanted to, our complexions episode and the whole Idris and all that other stuff. But, yeah. I just don't find him attractive. Or have you ever been unattracted to someone based off the character that they play in movies?
I'm sure, but I don't pay that much attention to movies for me to be like.
That's all I pay attention to. Okay, like Lex Luthor from Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved him in Somebody Save Me. You know, WB. Lex Luthor, but then when he played in other shows, I was like, ooh.
Like, ew.
Or M'Baku.
Yeah, you did go on about him.
Oh my gosh. M'Baku. Yes. But when I saw him in Us, I was like, oh wow.
Goof Troop?
No.
So you like him being serious, not goofy?
He was goofy in the other one.
True.
He was goofy in the other one, but it was just something about him being like an African warrior that was like, oh, okay.
I can understand that.
Yeah, and then when he was like a dad, I was like, ugh.
Like, I can't be a regular person, but okay.
Like, I want to come live in a village with you. In a regular house with kids? No. Duh. But anyway, yeah.
That makes sense.
But this was great.
It was great. Great conversation. Stay monogamous. I still preach for it. I'm for it.
I mean, I just think
I'm for monogamy, and I say monogamy as far as I describe it, you and your partner knowing exactly what's going on with the both of y'all.
There you go.
Let's describe it as that.
Ooh, I like that.
Y'all stay monogamous and keep y'all business between y'all. Okay?
I like that.
We ain't got to know what's going on. We're not there. We didn't repeat the vows.
I like that. You guys, and get to know your partner, learn your partner, continue to study your partner throughout the years, and be willing to like try different things, but really be willing to.
Yeah, don't. I feel like
don't
new age marriages, they give up too quickly because of them being taught that they should be satisfied all the time, that they should be cool all the time. So just recognize that change in everything is inevitable, in people, in situations, in job, in everything.
The only thing that stays the same is God and time. Time is always going to pass, but ain't nothing else.
That even changed because we got daylight savings coming up.
It's still, yes.
Shout out to America for messing with us with the time.
But time is always going to pass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Time is always going to pass. God, he's always going to love you. Other than that, everything else is going to change. So it's really important for you, Ian said it in an episode. If you do not adapt, you will fail. And that's not just with business.
That's literally with everything.
That's what life. You have to adapt to your relationship. You have to be willing to learn all the things. When your wife has a baby, she is going to change because there's now something that needs her time. You just have to be willing to allow yourself to also be needed in that same time. From that baby, from her, like all those things, and enjoy the journey as you're going through it, because it's never going to be easy. You're going to have difficult patches, you're going to have great moments, but you have to enjoy every single moment of it and find that positive, that silver lining in everything that I was saying something deep.
You said something about silver sheets.
Okay. We're gonna learn each other. We're gonna see this right here.
Silver lining.
This is a relationship here that we are learning. It's connecting are you connected? Yeah.
I'm connected. I just can't see myself.
Okay, and we're back. So, as I was saying,
I hope that I show up on this camera.
What do you mean?
I haven't been able to see myself.
I can see you. Oh. But what I was saying is, just take the time to learn your partner. Everybody is going to change, and everybody should change because people should grow.
That's the truth.
People should grow. And you should be willing to grow and learn with them is basically all I was saying.
I'm for it. Preach.
This was good. I think there is definitely a part 2, 3, and 4 with other people.
Yes, there's more to this conversation. To me, it's a never-ending question because just like marriage should be defined by the two people in it, this question will also be defined by the two people who are dealing with it. Mm-hmm. So, don't get too hung up on it. It is a discussion. Make sure you discuss with your partner. Discuss it with your friends. Bring it up around other people just to see where people's mind is at. It's a great conversation, honestly.
But never have a conversation with your friends about your relationship and not go home and discuss that that conversation that you've had. Huge mistake.
That's the truth. Huge mistake.
Because can't nobody fix your relationship but the two people that are in the relationship.
That's the truth.
And it may take you a little bit of time, all that, but, Karen, Brittany, Lindsay, and all them bitches can't help you in your relationship. Her over there. Because all I'm saying is, Just believe they trying to get what you got.
That's the truth.
And you know, Jimmy, Timmy, Rodney, and them can't help you in your relationship because they trying to get what you got.
Trying to get your husband.
Nah. I'm talking to the husbands now. For the men.
I was about to say, hey, you never know.
Go to your boys, get some advice, but always make sure you bring that back home because only you can fix your household.
Yeah.
People on the outside.
Say, don't let your friends get you too hyped up. You get smacked down. Mm-hmm. Okay.
How you tripping outside the club and you can't even get in? That's how you need to treat your household. Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, we gotta go, y'all.
Let's go.
We gotta find somebody. All right, let me tell y'all. We need a sexpert, sexpert. Yeah, because this conversation.
We need a relationship expert.
We need a therapist.
She needs a therapist. I would love to hear. Like, I love hearing from the opposite sex. Like, I like hearing from men. You know, who have an opinion, who are not just agreeing. Happy wife. We should bring. Say something crazy. Because you know I'm going to say, hell no.
It's okay. I'm going to ask myself then.
Who?
I'm not going to tell you.
All right, then they can talk to you. I'll talk to myself.
We should bring our significant others onto the show.
Bye.
Because there's no better person to talk to about the situation than the person that we're in the situation with.
And you think yours or mine is going to sit here and be like, yep.
Yes.
For the show.
Yeah. Like, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk.
The two most openly expressive people in their relationships want to bring the people who don't talk about shit. Okay.
Look, this is how it's going to go. So, do you like sex? I mean.
It's cool.
So, what would you like to experiment? I mean,
whatever.
I mean, if she give me the butt.
Bye.
She be holding out on that butt. All right, stop. I'm not drinking no more. This is it.
I'm sick of it. Okay. Bye.
Have you ever cheated? I mean,
bro.
Why you asking me that bullshit? Like, that's how loud it would get. Sorry, it wasn't me talking. It was the other people talking. All right. Hey, y'all, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you go follow us on Instagram. We're trying to get to 10,000 followers so we can do the swipe. All we want to do is just do the swipe up.
Swipe.
Like, that's it. And then on you, we got 650,000 views on our YouTube channel.
650,000?
Yeah.
6,500?
Nah.
650,000
views on our YouTube channel, and I was really surprised. Okay,
like over 500,000 people.
Oh yes, I'm not saying 6,500.
Wow, people looking at us.
What I tell y'all, she gonna get nervous. Look, she like,
no, for real, stop staring at me.
Also, we got TikTok, we got Facebook. Literally, it's the same on all platforms. It's at A Podcast About. If you want to listen to the podcast, we're on all streaming platforms. All right, so A Podcast About Nothing is kind of hard to find. Keep chucking us. But what you could do is APAN Podcast. APAN Podcast.
APAN Podcast.
Hey. Yeah, just do that, or you can type in VNAD, whatever you want to do.
V with 2 E's, AD with a capital A and a D. I like spelling for y'all if y'all haven't noticed.
So look, I'm not really good at spelling, so I just hit here and be like, monogamy.
Oh.
Come on, Sarah, don't.
I'm on it. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, okay.
Above to edit.
Okay, so if you guys can see it, she said she didn't get it, but she actually spelled the word up here. So, like, I'm perfect.
I pass all the tests. Look at you.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Check us out everywhere. APAN Podcast, BNAD. We checking out. Bye.